Hello and welcome fans and friends, my name is 8-Bit Ben and today we're going to do a top 10 on Nintendo Switch games I want to see come out in the future. These are games I've thought about that many fans also want, and I want to kind of talk about each one. Now, this doesn't reflect everyone's opinions, it's more just what I actually want to come see out of the Switch. So yeah, we're going to go straight to the top 10. Number 10. Okay, so starting from the bottom of the list, we have a very dormant Nintendo series, which is called 1080 Snowboarding. Not many people know about it, due to not being around since the GameCube days, and that's been over 10 years now. 1080 Snowboarding, I think, is a good choice because there's been a recent resurgence of snowboarding games, and extreme snow sports games are fun in general. And Nintendo hasn't really made many sports games in recent times, even like stuff like a certain plumber playing in a certain sport of involving a ball, which is coming up next soon. But yeah, snowboarding, it's a pretty fun sport, and maybe Nintendo could put a new twist on the series or just make it look better, play better. That's all I have to really say about 1080 Snowboarding. We're going to move on to number 9. Number 9. Okay, so number 9 is Super Mario Strikers Charge 2, potentially. We haven't really had a Mario football game in a long time. We call football in the UK. It's known as soccer in America. But the whole point is we haven't had a Mario sports game like this since the Wii. The Wii U didn't get one like it, although we did get like the Mario and Sonic at the Olympics Rio games, like, you know what I mean. We didn't get a full-on like football game in arcade style, and it would be kind of cool to be able to play a football Mario game on a handheld, but also whenever you're kind of just want to chill and you just want to have a quick game of something, you don't want to be, delving into a story of any type, but maybe you want to progress in something. Mario Strikers is a good series for that sort of gameplay, and who doesn't like Mario sports games really, apart from maybe like the main series extremists or whatever you call it, sort of people like me that really do kind of prefer the main series games. I don't mind some of the spin-offs, but I just prefer if they work on like side games like this here. I don't know. But we're going to move on to number 8. Number 8. Okay, so number 8 is another Mario game, but I feel like maybe Nintendo should make a return to this series since they have really kind of concentrated on their Mario Bros. Series. Here we have almost identical series, which is Super Mario Land, which kind of went off to Wario, who is Mario's enemy, but he has his own adventures in that series. So like after Super Mario Land 2, it went to Wario, but maybe if we kind of go back to like the more Mario style, it'd be kind of cool to see wackier, weirder locations like what we used to get with the Super Mario Land series. Even though technically Wario Land is a continuation of that series, I still would like to see what Nintendo could do with Mario. And we do have Super Mario 3D Land, but it's not like Super Mario Land, if you know what I mean. It's kind of, that's like a 3D series of games, kinda. But it's not even near the style of the Super Mario Land 1 and 2 games. So it just would be kind of interesting to see that come back. Of course, Super Mario Land 2 is one of my most favorite games of all time, and that's the only reason I put it on the list. So yeah, let's move on to number 7. Number 7. Okay, so number 7 is Kid Icarus Rises Again. Of course, it's just kind of a funny title I give it, but I'd like to see a sequel for Kid Icarus Uprising. That was a really good game. I haven't finished it yet, but I just know it's a really good game. My best friend thinks it's one of the best games ever. But it's a different Nintendo title. It's kind of different from anything else they do. They have these like, it was kind of like if you mix Star Fox with like I guess Metroid Other M style like grind missions. I don't know, but it's a kind of different series. Really fun. Kind of really looks really impressive. I think it would be a good kind of graphics demo for the Nintendo Switch if they really kind of push the graphics in that system with this one. Also give it traditional controls, unlike the 3DS, which had this weird like touchscreen control system, which is kind of hard to work with. That if that wasn't there, that would have been a perfect game, basically. So I think a lot of people want a sequel for this game. It's not a very well known Nintendo series, but among Nintendo fans nowadays, it's quite well known and was quite in demand for a sequel. So yeah, make it happen, Sakurai. We know you can do it. So let's move on to number 6. Number 6. Okay, so here's another one that's kind of lain dormant, which is Kirby Air Ride, which isn't a series yet. But if we had a sequel, it would become a series, of course. Here we have a really kind of unusual racing game, which only really required one button to play. Of course, Kirby is a pretty well-known character even nowadays, and what you could do with the sequel is actually include the original tracks, but also make obviously you need to make a new engine for the game, but add some new mechanics maybe to it, and also obviously more tracks, maybe even more modes than what we had before. Have it online, basically, because this game wasn't well. Actually, it may be online. I think this was one of those online GameCube games. Sorry, I don't know off the top of my head, but Kirby Air Ride is a really cool game, and it didn't sell that well when it originally came out. It kind of got this cult following, and Nintendo could bring this one back, and I'm sure it would do a lot better than it did back then, due to there being a lot more people in the human race right now, but also kind of more awareness for Kirby right now, so it'd be good to see that series come back. So we'll move on to number 5. Number 5. Okay, so this one is one that a lot of people have wanted, and that is Super Mario Sunshine 2. It's a sequel, again, our sequel game in the Mario series. Super Mario Sunshine 1 was an okay game. A lot of people find it to be really good. I think it's okay, but I think a sequel could really improve on the style of the game, and the graphics, of course, are not the best from nowadays, but they have held up pretty well in the first game. Nowadays, it could look absolutely stunning. Whether or not Nintendo goes for a realistic-looking Mario sort of setting, or a cell shading style, art style, whatever they end up doing, I'm sure it's going to end up better than the original Super Mario Sunshine if they actually end up making that game. We never got this on the Wii U. We're hoping to get it on the Wii U, but now we can potentially get it on the Switch. And it'd be great to play a full Mario game like this on a handheld as well as a home console. So yeah, that's Super Mario Sunshine 2. We'll move on to number 4. Number 4, what the flip is going on with that design? Okay, so number 4, something it's actually an idea I've had for a long time. I think a lot of people like it, especially the big Pokemon fans. How about we have one big Pokemon game that combines all the past regions that we've had in the past into one huge game, and basically it'd be connected by a story. Obviously, I think all the islands are connected in a way from the previous games, but Nintendo just doesn't really show it much. It'd be cool if we could have some kind of overarching story where we travel to all the different lands, searching far and wide for Pokemon and understand the power that's inside. But yes, Pokemon is one of those series I maybe see that happening, because it's such a rich heritage of different regions that you could go visit, and then maybe be able to visit it with your friends as you're playing it during the story. That'd be kind of cool to do. They find a way to make that work. Of course, this image here is probably not realistic what it's going to end up looking like, but again, these are just kind of mock images of what I would potentially imagine what it will look like. So yeah, we're obviously going to probably get some kind of Pokemon game on the Switch. If it's not going to be Pokemon Sun and Moon, it might be something else. Hopefully it's going to be a main series game or some kind of really cool spin-off like Pokemon's Colosseum was on the GameCube. So then we'll move on to number 3. Number 3. Number 3 is a really cool Nintendo game that they have again left dormant for I think 2 generations. Yeah, 2 generations now. F-Zero is a futuristic racing game featuring Captain Falcon. Of course, most people know him from Super Smash Bros. It's a futuristic game, zero gravity, kind of what Mario Kart 8 ended up doing many generations later, and it'd be cool to see Nintendo bring it back, because it could be a very competitive game, especially if it were online. It'd be cool to see them bring back, obviously make more tracks, remaster some old tracks. This is why I think sequels are a good thing, because you can bring back older levels and then make new ones along with it. It's kind of just an easier job to do in the end. It means you have more content, and it's easier to produce that way. So yeah, bring back F-Zero. Nintendo have been asking it for generations now. It's ridiculous. And let's move on to number 2. Number 2. Okay, so number 2 is Animal Crossing for the Switch. We didn't get one on the Wii U. We've been waiting forever for another Animal Crossing ever since the one on the 3DS. That one was a masterpiece. Of course, Animal Crossing is a life simulation game based on you being the only human and everyone else being animals. It's all, it's a kind of weird life simulation when you think about it, but when you play it, it's just so relaxing and fun. There's so much to do, but you don't feel like you have to do it all at once. Like it's really time-consuming game, but you have a lot of fun playing it, and there's different things to do all year round, and it's just in general a very fun game, and it takes a very long time to get bored of. It's just a masterpiece. If you've never played like any Animal Crossing game, play any one except for maybe like the one that came out in the Wii U, which was Amiibo Festival. Not a very amazing Animal Crossing game, but a pretty good board game. It was a real shame we never got one on the Wii U. I really hope we end up getting it on the Switch instead, as the graphics would look incredible. I'm sure Nintendo really can't mess up with Animal Crossing. So yeah, we're going to move on to the game I really want the most. Number 1. So number 1 is Super Mario Galaxy 3. It's kind of hard to explain, but unless you've actually played the Super Mario Galaxy games, you actually realize that they're pretty amazing. Unless you're really loyal to like Super Mario 64 and Sunshine style gameplay. I actually kind of like the linearity, try to say it properly, of like the Super Mario Galaxy games. There's a little bit of exploration, but the level design was incredible. The whole like space mechanic was really cool. The game looked incredible. The music was incredible. Like, just everything in that game said to me that it was the best game ever. It did the best it could do with what it had, and it can only get better with sequels. I think it's like that type of game, like only get better with sequels. The more sequels you get, the better. Although if they overdo it, yeah, maybe you get a bit oversaturated and get a bit boring. But I can see a series, maybe having 2 more sequels. It's just that good. And maybe now that Nintendo is doing DLC, we could have like DLC levels and stuff like that. It'd be really cool. I wouldn't mind paying extra just to have more stuff from Mario Galaxy. Please, Nintendo, just make another Mario Galaxy game. We all want one. We don't want any more Super Mario 3D Land series games, please. We need another Mario Galaxy game. I'm hoping that Mario game that they were showing in the Switch the Switch reveal trailer, was Super Mario Galaxy 3, because if it isn't, I'm just going to be disappointed. I'm probably still going to buy that game. I'm going to be disappointed. And this has been my top 10, people. These are games I've thought about, games I'd like to see come out on the Switch. If they don't, that's okay, but I think each of these games will help make the Switch become more successful. And it's been quite a journey making this video. You wouldn't believe how long it took to make a just over 10-minute video. So yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Only do that if you want to. Please.